thanks very much for having me. I'm really excited to be here tonight to talk a little bit about public libraries and innovation and where we're going and what we're doing. But before I start, I want to talk a little bit about the word innovation itself. It's a buzzword. You hear it everywhere, you see it everywhere, but what does it actually mean? When you think about innovation, sometimes you think immediately about high tech and technology, but innovation doesn't have to be techy. Basically, being innovative is one way to stay relevant to your local community. It means knowing your target audience and meeting their needs. To do this, the idea of innovation has to seep through at every level of your organization. So that means that your programming, your marketing, your strategic vision, and your leadership all has to be innovative. So that's how innovation helps keep libraries relevant today. So society is changing. As a library, I want to stay relevant to the community, and I need to know what the community wants and what the community expects of us. Today, children need to be immersed in STEAM topics at an early age. So STEAM being science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. Without the arts, you kind of lose the fun part. In cities with large populations and with economic wealth, this is easily achieved. There are lots of programs and services. However, in low-income neighborhoods or rural areas, children may not have access to these types of services, and it puts them at a real disadvantage. But this goes beyond just children. All community members deserve access to the hardware and software that will inspire them. We should all strive to be lifelong learners, follow our passions, and challenge ourselves every day. So libraries are changing. How do we play our part? Well, as the society becomes increasingly tech-savvy, we need to keep up. Historically, libraries offered really tangible products and services, like research books. But now we're moving towards more fluid topics, like ideas, information, and instruction. Not everyone is convinced of this, though. There are always people who continue to say that libraries are just about books and reading. But that's just not true. Libraries are about so much more than that. We're about education and literacy, and that includes digital skills. We focus on all forms of literacy at the library. You can see this in our programs like writers' clubs and art displays, and Lego Mindstorm and 3D printing and coding activities. We even have our very own Minecraft server. Makerspaces in libraries allow equal access to programs and services that many children and individuals just wouldn't otherwise have access to. Libraries are the organizations that will reach kids and inspire them. We are the ones who could change their lives. Having said this, the library is limited in terms of space and staffing and equipment. So the question arose, how can we teach kids on a wider scale to foster STEAM education at a young age? The creation of a unique facility was proposed as a solution for this. Part makerspace, part community hub, part classroom experience. The Wellington Street School here in St. Thomas is being reimagined into an entirely unique creative space. We have a focus on exploration, learning, imagination, and creation. This facility is being developed through a partnership between the St. Thomas Public Library, the City of St. Thomas, and the Thames Valley District School Board. As a classroom destination, students will be challenged and inspired in STEAM fields. But as a community hub, the public will have access to a unique space that will allow them to grow their ideas, start their businesses, and learn new skills. This facility will offer more than the library alone can offer, and it will reach a much wider audience as well. So why are we doing this? I guess the takeaway here is that libraries are not all things to all people, but rather we do have something for everyone. Whether it's our unique Books and Brews book club or it's a final training session, we strive to discover innovative ways to connect with our community. Together, we strive to educate, enrich, and inspire our community through continued innovation at the library. Thank you.
Pretty interesting stuff. Any questions for Sarah? Come on. There we go.
When will Wellington Street School be open and available to the community?
We don't have a firm open date yet. We're still in the initial planning phases, but we're really hoping for fall of 2016.
Karen?
Take John.
Take John, okay.
I was going to ask, have you decided which, there was an event a while back where you talked about many different possibilities for this. Have you narrowed down that into some more tangible events that are going to occur? Do you know what that's going to be?
Right. So he's referencing the events that we had in December. We had a community forum where we wanted to invite the community members to come and talk about what they wanted to see in the space. And so we have been working very closely with a consulting firm called Unlondon, and what they've done for us is they've created basically a report taking all of that information. And there were some really surprising themes that ran along every single level. One of the things that came up a whole lot was community kitchen. One of the things that came up a lot was cross-generational learning. Groups from every age level really noticed that there were members in this community that were so valuable and that we really needed some cross-generational learning in this space. So we're taking all of that information and we're using that to create a framework for the programs and services. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you very much.